Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Ava Marie Taylor
And Omicast.
and we are playing Trauma Team.
Yes, we are.
On the last video, we continued with Naomi's section of the game, this episode, and we're just going to continue it from there.
Yes, ma'am. Right now, we're looking through her testimony to see if anyone is that
to my neighbors. But I had my neighbor. Oh, but I
Electrician.
So an electrician had come to the deceased's room that day at around noon.
The card
That was much
electrician.
earlier than when the fire
Sorry.
supposedly
It's
started.
okay.
But we should investigate it.
A call for me.
It seems the little
It's
guy
the
is
little
trying to contact
guy.
me. I just turned on my computer and he already has to say, "Click, Isadora." Now let's try sorting the information that's been gathered so far.
Ah, little guy. Perfect timing. It seems an electrician entered the deceased's room around noon on the day of the incident. If he's talked to your people, can you ask them for the recordings of the interview?
All right, I'll contact them immediately.
Please do.
Well, regarding the fracture on the corpse, the right index finger was fractured by an It's rather odd. There are no signs of healing.
No traces of healing.
That would mean
There were no traces of healing in the fractured finger. What this means is that the bone broke after he died. The bone was broken years ago. The bone healed fairly recently. He was born with a broken finger. What? He was born with a broken finger. Well, we all know what it is. The bone broke after he died.
That's right. Reactions to injury, like minute healing and hypodermic hemorrhage, they only occur while the body is still alive. Thus, if there were no vital reactions to this broken bone, the fracture happened, it must have occurred after the person was already dead.
That would have to be the case. Oh, and to be clear, there's no way that the body was damaged during transport. We take the utmost precautions when moving bodies.
Huh. I hadn't considered that until you brought it up. Still, I'll take your word.
What just
If
happened?
his index finger was broken, using the hand would have caused a great
you
deal of
just
pain.
destroyed her completely.
With that in mind, he shouldn't have been able to use his right hand all that well.
Wounded finger has become fractured finger. What did I just do to my computer?
I'm not
There
sure what
was
you
a
just did to
wound
your
in the left wrist and a fractured finger on the right hand. This seems odd because
What seems odd about the broken finger and the slashed wrist is that the dominant hand was used, the knife was in an injured hand. Dennis was actually left-handed, he didn't use a knife at all. The knife was in an injured hand.
Where the hell is my finger?
There it is. Point.
Star for me.
yet then he would have had to cut deep enough to sever the artery, putting pressure on his broken finger. Even if he was right-handed, this situation just doesn't add up.
Because the finger was broken after he died?
Yep.
Screw you, little guy, screw you! You have absolutely nothing to say about anything? At all? Screw that.
What's the other thing right up there? The black one.
This is what she heard, before the guy died.
Can we put that on there to see if the...
That doesn't go with anything.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, you don't even look at it until the end of the case.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, confirm it, little guy.
No, try putting the finger on there.
You asswipe. Sometimes it's interesting to try to figure this out.
It must have held out and it was interesting. I'm stumped.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do random stuff to try to figure it out.
Try putting the hand with the bruise. Oh no. There it is.
Cut the small talk. What do you want?
So cold. HQ's questioned the electrician that the neighbor mentioned. I've sent you the recordings. It seems HQ
that electrician went to the deceased's room.
Yay! Yay!
Well, are you just interesting?
Liam Richardson. I like that name.
Yeah.
The electrician who visited Dennis's room the day of the incident. He was asked about what happened that day.
Yes? Yes, that's right. A murder? Yes, that's fine. He said his air was broken and it needed to be fixed. That was around noon, I think. I got the call earlier that day. Yes. He said he needed it fixed that day, so I went straight there when I finished the job I was doing. Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do was swap out a cable. Right. I think I was only there for about an hour. Yes, I fixed his heater. A customer? Well, the way he looked, I wouldn't be surprised if he committed suicide. Around 3 p.m.? No, I wouldn't have a clue. I was already fixing a washing machine at my next appointment's house at that time.
Alright, let's go and press some statements.
He said his air was broken. He said his air was broken and needed to be fixed.
He fixed the air. We should focus on that. There's nothing odd about having a repairman come to work on the ventilation system. But, at the very least, Dennis was still alive when the electrician came. We need to learn about the deceased's condition at that time.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes. Yeah, it was right. Yes. The customer.
Right there.
The way he looked.
It wouldn't be surprising if the deceased committed suicide. Sounds like an important detail.
Detail. She said detail. Card. Dennis seemed depressed. This might have changed.
Does that mean the deceased had a motive for killing himself?
I've never heard of someone having a motive for killing themselves. Like, you know, there's a reason, but like not like I've never heard of motive.
Yeah.
Motive is when someone else kills you.
Mm-hmm.
What was their motive?
Whoa. Alright then.
You're a traitor, Andy.
What? I enjoy Chugga Conroy. Sorry, shameless plug.
How dare you?
Chugga Conroy is enjoyable to watch on YouTube. Alright.
Indeed. Both of these facts relate to the deceased. The last time the deceased was seen alive was...
For the information at hand, the latest time Dennis was seen alive was between noon and 1 p.m., around 2, around 3, or around 4. So between noon and 1. Excellent reasoning.
That's right.
The electrician said that when he saw Dennis, then it seemed he was already dead. The electrician never saw him. He seemed depressed. He was sick. Yeah. Only Cass knows what she's doing.
Yes. This comes from the electrician's testimony. The last time we believe the deceased could have been alive is...
From the information at hand, it's believed that the latest Dennis was still alive was at 2, 3, 4, 5. 3? Point! You gained a star, guys.
Indeed. The neighbor reports hearing a sound from the room at that time. Within an hour after that, a fire started in his room. The deceased was later discovered dead.
Dead.
Yes, these pieces of information do go together. On the day of the incident, the electrician had been asked to repair the deceased's air. The electrician went to the deceased's room at noon and left after finishing his work. Both the deceased's neighbor and the electrician himself agree on this.
Repair confirmation has been obtained. I've gathered quite a bit of information. Should I try sorting through it all now? Some of these look like I'll be able to learn more about asking them from the little guy. Besides analyzing information for you can also speak to the investigator using the computer. Point to the panel in the upper right of the screen and press the A button to talk to him.
Hey, little guy, I want to go through the information that we've gathered so far.
All right, let's piece it all together step by step.
Let's do that.
The deceased, Dennis Taylor, was found dead in his apartment. Let's see. His body was discovered because...
The incident that led to the discovery of Dennis's body was funny noises, a fire. People complained of the smell or a scream. So a fire?
Yes, but by the time firefighters arrived on the scene, the fire had already gone out. His corpse was found on the bed.
That's right. The FBI and police initially ruled this case as a suicide. The reason for that was...
When the body was first discovered, it appeared that Dennis Taylor had committed suicide because hemorrhaging in his eyes, bruises under his armpits, a knife in the slashed wrist. The corpse was wearing a shirt.
That would definitely be why someone...
Totally why.
He was wearing a shirt.
Clothing makes me suicidal.
That's correct. The other reason was...
Another reason why the death was initially believed to be a suicide was the door was locked, his finger was broken, he was in his bed, he didn't run from the fire.
Okay, we have to stop here.
Alright.
We shall talk to you again.
Yep,
shortly.
peace and long life. Come back again.